Hello internets, it's me. The world is freezing, I somehow still have work, and I just binged all of Steven Universe Season 3. Here are my thoughts. The story. This season has been my favorite so far. It started with the question, can Steven even grow? And ends with Steven having what might be his worst identity crisis so far. Let me explain. It's a season of discovery and acceptance of harsh realities. At the beginning of the season, we have helpful Steven finding his first beard hair, realizing that he was right about Peridot, people can change, and him even saving the world from the cluster, helping all of them in the process to be happy and find love. You know, it's all great for a kids show. Your protagonist always wins, and there is good in everyone. Great message. But through the season, things get more and more gray. Lapis starts to miss her toxic relationship. Amethyst sees herself as the weakest and exposes Steven's insecurities in the group, the unsolvable case of Jasper's hatred, and Bismuth, which brought up the biggest conundrum in this season. The whole time, Rose is seen as a good person in Steven's eyes. Even at Bismuth's return, how she handled Bismuth wasn't right, but it seemed like she did it for the greater good. But at the end of the season, you learn that she shattered Pink Diamond for the greater good, and it begs the question for me, did Bismuth know? You know, from the outside looking in, it's understandable to think, take the leader down and the followers will give up. There's no reason to kill them. But if you were to witness something like that, it just ends up feeling very hypocritical. If Bismuth did know, then her stance just feels very justified. The season showed me the strength of Steven's character. The season was a huge stepping stone in Steven's maturing. Through all Steven has learned, he still defends his mom while making better choices than her. But when he learns about her shattering Pink Diamond, it's different. When Steven gets lost in space and eventually by himself, it's the first time we see Steven really in despair. After so many events in this season, one problem after another, this is the first time he really gets to reflect. Alone, with nothing around but his thoughts. The characters. The biggest character of note, seeing as she got her own dedicated episode, was Bismuth. With a very interesting design, Bismuth was also very impressive. It's weird that her species was made for building, but she basically bodies all the crystal gems in the training sequence with ease, and that's including Garnet. The writers did a great job in writing her in, and I've said it before, but I love how people's actions are so justified in the show. When she tells Steven that he's already better than Rose, I feel that kind of telling us, the viewers, what we should have been noticing since the beginning. The season seems like the point where Steven starts to escape from his mother's shadow, and I love it. Other characters to note were Peridot, Jasper, and Lapis. Peridot brought a certain amount of life to the comedy for this season, and I loved seeing her on screen. And her weird but interesting roommate relationship with Lapis was also great, especially with the context of Lapis just escaping a toxic relationship with Jasper. The implicit meanings and the basic concepts were very interesting. As powerful as Jasper was, her desperation to fuse was all the more sad when you realized it wasn't even about power anymore. She was just lonely. The songs. Most of the songs for the season seemed like they took place in the Empire City episode. So unless I'm missing something, my favorite song from the season was It's Over, Isn't It? It was a beautiful score, and it really brought to light Pearl's irrational dislike of Greg no matter the amount of time that passed from Rose leaving. It was like a turning point for Pearl, her finally being able to reflect, which was kind of the whole feeling for the season. I won't lie, there was nothing in this season that I didn't like, so technically I should give it a 10, but based on the ways that I've judged the other seasons, I can't. Based on the music portion, because the other seasons had more songs of note than this season. I think this season really only had one. So I'm going to give this season a 9.5 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.